All right. Well, yeah, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. Happy to talk to you a little bit more about Foxit Sign and in general eSign solutions for education and ways in which you can improve your current document workflows and then update into the the 21st century, which is moving away from paper and moving towards digital documents. So Foxit eSign is a great solution for making that jump. Yeah, but so today, there we go. Our agenda today, we're gonna have a little quick introduction about who I am, who Foxit is, what we do. Also go into a little bit more about eSign in education, how it's used, what benefits there are for adapting eSign technology into your current workflows, how you can save time, how you can save money, how you can save paper, save the environment, all with Foxit eSign. So, and again, we're also going to go over a Foxit eSign introduction, go over a little bit about pricing, the different options that our education customers have. We do offer specific education discounts for any education, so K through 12, higher education, other education institutes. We offer specific pricing, so we're gonna go a little bit into that. And finally, we're gonna go with an actual demo that goes over some more advanced tools that you can use for bulk signatures or setting signing orders, creating online forms with e-sign templates, dependent fields, things like that. Things that you might use in a more advanced, document workflow where you are sending, many documents to different signees who might have, certain requirements for approval. Has to go to certain certain departments first. All the complicated, workflows that education, has to adapt with. That might be unique for education environments. But yeah, so we're gonna do a quick demo at the end. Show how easy it is to update your systems with Foxit eSign. A little bit about me. My name is Daniel Godfrey, technical marketing engineer at Foxit Education. I work for our education team. So it's a team at Foxit software that focuses specifically on education. So what I do is I work directly with schools to help them deploy Foxit PDF solutions into their current systems or devices. So that can be obviously a kind of complicated endeavor on campuses that might have mixed environments with on school computers, personal devices for teachers and faculty and students. All these things, I help directly with our IT admins to help and roll out these new systems. Yeah, so I will be available to anyone who's interested in having a longer conversation about Foxit eSign or Foxit PDF solutions. You'll be talking to me, and we'll be figuring out whether or not, or how we can adapt our software to your systems that currently you're currently using. We also provide training on Foxit PDF products. So we go to schools through webinars and through training sessions where schools can request custom training agendas where we will go over specific tools that they're most using, and also introduce them into tools that they may not have used before or haven't realized have a lot of value. So yeah, today we're going to be going over eSign and the tools that not aren't always used, but really help save time and save effort when working with document workflows. All right. So revolution in document signing occurred in the last 20 years. For for a long time, document signing was straightforward. It was pen to paper on in a physical setting, sometimes with a witness, things like that. But once e-signatures hit the shelves, that all changed. We realized that we could save a lot of time and effort by having other verification settings to verify someone's identity when they're signing documents. So in 2000, actually, the U.S. Congress passed the eSign Act, which codified these regulations that create compliance for eSign. So this created a pathway for eSign legitimacy. It wasn't just an email that you were clicking yes to anymore. It was a legally backed form of collecting information and collecting signatures that can be used in legal required situations where you might need certain compliance for approvals and reviews, or if you were to end up fighting some sort of lawsuit or ending up in court, you could use these e-sign signatures as fully backed legal signatures. And since 2000, the e-sign market has grown exponentially. It really started out in enterprise, where businesses were looking to save money and save time, and quickly adapted this. But it's also been growing very quickly in education. Education has a lot of use cases for e-sign. Many places where verification or review are required, or data backup, storing documents, providing copies of filled out and signed documents, all things that are very much easily facilitated by the internet. So that's grown, especially during the pandemic, where many schools have had to adapt to hybrid work environments, or completely online, where getting a student, or getting a parent, or getting as a legal guardian to come in and sign forms became a lot more of a hassle, and became actually dangerous to some degree. So the e-sign revolution has only been kicking into gear more and more. So schools are adapting, and e-sign is definitely a way in which they can do that. There we go. All right, so why does my campus need eSign? There's a lot of great reasons why. First off, it improves productivity. So eSign workflows, improve your ability to close contracts, to get important documents signed, get review from superiors, from management, send out to vendors, all sorts of different things that you might need to improve your productivity. This system absolutely helps that. It also allows you to track your progress. So, a lot of times, forms may be sent out, but, you are waiting for them, trying to figure out what forms have been collected and which ones are still waiting for signatures, or if you have even properly sent them out to begin with. It can all be a hassle. Doing things through email, is not as secure. It's not as simple. It's not as well constructed as our e-sign solutions are in tracking, sending out all these documents that you might need to be collecting from people. Another great reason is that they maintain legal compliance. So since the eSign Act, what that actually did was set up a standard for eSign compliance. So eSign signatures that are compliant with this will be, you can bring them to court of law. You can argue that they are, fully signed documents that are capable of arguing in front of court that they are a document that have been authorized. So it's sometimes even more secure than signatures. Signatures can be forged. Signatures can easily be copied in many ways. With eSign, at the very least, and the minimum level of security is access to someone's email. So that's kind of the basis level, but you can actually add on other security features like two-factor authentication through email, SMS, through phone calls, knowledge base. So understanding a certain question, how to answer it. So also all different ways to make sure that the signature you're getting is actually the signature you're supposed to be getting. Also, another great reason is that you can build integrated workflows. So there are a lot of systems that are being utilized by education right now, from document management systems, learning management systems, resource management systems, CRMs, all of that are all being used in education, and they all have different needs for documents. So they have different needs for signing. With eSign workflows, you can actually integrate all of these systems into one place, so you don't have to house them in different areas. They can be housed in one place. We could utilize your Salesforce, your Google Drive, your Dropbox, OneDrive box, all those things to gather the important documents you use, and get them sent out for requests from one location. So it saves a lot of time with your workflows. You can update a lot of workflows, especially workflows that are still paper. I know a lot of schools still using paper documents to collect signatures and things like that. So those workflows can all be updated with Foxit eSign. How will Foxit eSign help me? A lot of great ways. So first, of course, admissions and enrollment is a great use case for Foxit eSign. So collecting sometimes many forms from students or parents to get students enrolled or admitted into schools. There are many different documents they might have to sign, from housing documents, health information, all the different information that you have to collect from students. Foxit eSign allows you not only to send those out for requests, guarantee that information you're getting is from the correct source, but also download that information and manipulate it in ways, or process it, send it into a different system. All that can be done with Foxit eSign. Request forms. Also another major use in especially in college campuses, where students are often requesting for change in classes, extensions, and anything that a student might need. These have historically been paper documents that have a student would have to walk around through campus, getting different administrators or deans signatures. I remember doing this myself. And it was definitely a hassle, and it was also kind of a waste of time, kind of a waste of paper. But when you automate these request forms, it makes them so much faster. Things that might take days or weeks to get filed can take a day, maybe even less. So updating those has a lot of benefit to your students and your faculty. Onboarding. So of course, for onboarding new, I think education and schools have some the highest turnover rates, just by the nature of the work. Bringing in new adjunct professors, new faculty every year, every semester. So a lot of onboarding costs can be saved with integrating your document workflows with eSign. Again, it's legally backed, so when you're signing contracts, and you can verify that these are the HR documents and things have been signed, have been reviewed. Important documents don't get missed, is a very important part in the onboarding process. Also, vendor and business agreements. So if you're working with third-party vendors, or creating business agreements with a third party, this is a great way to make sure those business contracts are signed, make sure the services are agreed upon, and that there is verified track record of all documents that you are sharing between your vendors. This is very important to make sure that the service that you're getting, the service you're paying for, you're getting, and that their word is going to be tracked by these agreements that you have. So yeah, these are just a few of the many ways that Foxit eSign can help your campus. They can be even advanced or even more simple things like collecting homeworks, collecting assignments, collecting papers, verifying research, all sorts of things. If you're working in a hospital as well, we private health information can be shared with Foxit eSign. So just a lot of usages on college campuses. It's great to remove the paper from your workflows and save so much time in that. All right, so why choose Foxit eSign for education? So there are a lot of eSign solutions out there. You do have Adobe, DocuSign, all these different options. Why choose Foxit eSign? There's a lot of good reasons. For one, we have the standard workflows where we can of course send documents easy, share documents, eSign any type of document, so you can convert documents from an Excel sheet, from a PowerPoint, from a Word document, anything like that. So Foxit eSign can handle all that, especially since we are actually originally a PDF company. So we're a great tool for documents. Also, we make it the process a lot more easy. We like to work with our customers as much as we can to make sure our solutions are fitting their needs. And that's not just our technology and our features, but also how we manage our technology. So we offer a lot of different ways in which you could buy our solutions. One of them is our Editor Pro Plus at EDU bundle. So you can actually purchase our eSign solution alongside our PDF editing document solution, so our PDF editor. And that actually comes with a full set of document tools for across all platforms, so Windows, Mac, online, mobile. It all comes in one license, so it's really convenient for schools, especially if you have a department that is responsible for eSign. You can get single licenses for them. for a single person, it's very, very convenient for that. We also have an enterprise option, which is probably the most used tool or most used product for eSign. The enterprise option gives you the most available tools. So for like bulk sending and for a lot of kind of bulk operations that you might be sending out to many different signers. The enterprise level is perfect for that. That's 1,000 envelopes and more. But at that at that volume, you're only paying about $1.60 per envelope. So it's actually really practical solution, especially compared to other competitors in the field. We try to be very competitive on price. This is actually just the starting price too. If you're purchasing larger volumes, your price will be decreased. But at $1.60, you can do mass request collection for relatively cheap, and a lot comes. It's not just receiving a document with a signature on it. There's a lot of analytical tools. There's a lot of processing tools. There's a lot of ways you can automate your documents. It's not just collecting one single signature. So yeah. eSign is a great. Our Foxit eSign is a great choice for that. We work really close with our customers too to make sure the solution really fits into their systems too, fits in their workflows, and then it can even improve their workflows. So that's what we're here for. Another great reason is it's integrated eSign document workflows into our product right now. So we actually have our main product's a PDF editor, right? It's fully integrated into that product. So if you've already used Foxit PDF editor before, it's very simple to get started with Foxit eSign. From our main flagship product, you can send out for request for a document for request for signature. Set task reminders for signers to sign the document, create templates, of course, and also integrate Foxit eSign into your current websites or solutions. So if you're currently using an LMS system or have a website that you want to, your personal website that you want to use Foxit APIs with, we actually work directly with you to help you do that. A lot of times I know APIs can be very complicated and difficult to use, but we try to provide a lot of service and support when you're integrating those systems. So we're one of our greatest assets is our service. We don't just sign you up and leave you to your own devices. We really help you make sure that the workflows that you're implementing will improve your system and will improve your workflows. We kind of take you by the hand and help you through that whole process. So this is just a short video of our eSign solution, how it's integrated into our PDF solution. I'm going to go over a little bit later on an actual demo of our eSign solution as a standalone. But it just shows you how easy it is to actually start sending out documents. You can create a document in our PDF editor and leverage some of our automated tools like our form field recognition tool, which actually adds form fields to a document for you. So once you've created that document, it's very easy to sign for or send for request. You can add a email and recipient information very quickly. Just all you would need is a email address and a name. You can add yourself, of course, as a signer. And then setting up documents is very simple. You just assign fields to the different signers. Make sure that each signer has a field that they're signing for, and then click send, and it'll give you an option to review, set up a email template for the message that goes out to the signer. And then you can do custom email templates for each signer if you need specific information for them. And then they'll receive it in their email very immediately. Within 30 seconds they'll get the email, letting them know they have to sign the document. Signing is very simple. All they have to do is open the email, open the link, and then their specific area will be already marked. So with all the information that would have been sent before. So this document sent by two or signed by two people. So we have the information from the person beforehand who had filled out that the document. So the second signee can actually review the document before applying a signature. It could be a type signature, it could be a actually handwritten signature on your ink pad. And then very simple, just input and finish. And then after that, you get a full history breakdown of the document, along with a certificate of signing. So you could put that into your doc or your archive. Make sure you store it for later. Any need in again legal situations that you might need to verify that the document has been signed, you can easily do that. So yeah, that's our integrated system. So very quick. That takes only a couple of minutes to start signing documents. But I'm going to show you some a little bit more advanced tools later on. Last thing though, I want to say about our solution is that it's compliant and secure, and I know it's very important in the eSign is for the document to be the solution to be compliant and definitely secure. The information you're sharing is often private information, private health information. You want to make sure that there aren't any possibilities of that leaking, of course. And Foxit eSign eliminates that. We are our web services are SOC 2 Type 2 compliant to ensure complete data security. We're also HIPAA compliant, so if you have any private health information, so this also comes up a lot with schools that have medical campuses on them as well. We can actually cover HIPAA information through our eSign, so that's fully covered. And also we have PCI compliance, which protects cardholder information. So if any of your systems or anything gather card information for any charges, our eSign is certified for that. We're certified for a lot of other certifications as well, and compliant. So these are just some of the main ones that are most often used in education. All right, let's see how easy it is to request signatures. All right, let's let me exit out that. So I'm going to do a short demo here. So yeah, this is our Foxit eSign, just simple login. I have a setup account right here. All right. So this is the Foxit eSign main page. This is your home screen that you're going to get when you first log in. It gives you a breakdown of all your documents that you have out or have currently drafted. So it'll give you how many documents that are waiting for your signature, how many documents are waiting for other signature, and then how many completed documents you have. Right below that, we have the send and sign area. So this is used for sending single documents. So if you are just trying to create kind of one-time usage for document sending, you have one particular person and the document you're probably not going to use again, you would use this portion right here. So you can upload a file directly from your file system, or you can upload it from these locations. So it makes it easy. And it's also, you don't have to upload PDFs. You can upload Word documents. You can upload Excel sheets. You can upload any document. Our system will actually convert that document into a PDF. Yeah, down here actually is going to be probably the more useful tool for education. It's the templates area. So when you are sending a document many times, or over the course of a couple of semesters, you might have to send out the same document to multiple different groups. Creating a template for that is the best idea for for that situation. So I'm going to show you how easy that is to make a template and do some kind of advanced tools here. All right, so first I'm going to start out by uploading a document right here. So this is a kind of standard student request form, graduate studies program. This actually has been filled out with form fields. So if you have a document, a PDF document specifically, that already has built-in form fields, our eSign solution will recognize those form fields and tag them as form fields. So what you do from this page is actually assign the fields to specific recipients. So right now we have one person who is signing this document. As you can see, though, there's actually multiple people that need to sign this. So we're going to have more than one party signing this. So it's very easy. We just go to this right panel right here and go add party role. That gives us another person who'll be signing this. So right now they're blank, kind of like a variable. They will be assigned based on who we send it to, or who we assign it to. So I'll show that in a second, but right now it's just blank because it's waiting to be assigned to a person. So yeah, first we do have to assign these fields. So how we do that, we just click on a field and then go over here and we can drop down this menu and assign it. So party one would be the student who's filling out this information for graduate studies. We have a couple different things we can do with that. We can mark the value as mandatory, so the student has to input a value into that. A field can be view only, so they can't actually change it. You can also include the field name if you want to, let them know what the field is for, or hide the field name. You also add the name to the actual field. Of course, that's something important for data collection. So if you're collecting the data from these documents, you're going to need to do that. But you have other options too, like setting a value. So if you want to have a certain number or a letter value appear in that box before the person starts, you can do that. You can do a tooltip description, character limit, validation. So validating the sequence of the numbers. So as a number, as a phone number, as an address, things like that. Also another one is for mark as dependent. So I'll show you that on these two fields right here. So when you mark a field as dependent, what you're doing is saying that field will only show up based on something that happens in another field. So these two fields right here, you can make this program code dependent on the degree sequence number, right? So right here, I mark my box mark as dependent, and then I have to select a parent field. So the parent field is the field that will dictate whether or not something happens to this field. So in this case, that would be degree sequence. Yeah, degree sequence. There we go. All right, degree sequence coordinators. That's this field right here. So what happens is that if this field has any value, then the program code field will show up. So yeah, things like that, make it a little bit easier to not lose people in these forms. You can have checkboxes or radio buttons that will show specific fields or even specific requirements for those fields, if based on their choices. So for things like this, you're marking what semester, marking what course, you might have different requirements. So you can actually build that into your document pretty easily. But yeah, so what I got to do first, let me mark some of these fields here. So all these fields can be marked. You don't have to, you can leave them blank. But the fields that are required are signature fields. So as you can see right here, signature fields were marked specifically as a signature field, even though they were originally a text field. Our tool actually sees where a signature field might be and applies a signature tag to it. So all you have to do is click on that signature field and apply it to a party. So any signature field has to be applied to a party. You can't have a unapplied signature field. So yeah, we have actually about 5 different departments that has to review this document. So I'm going to shorten that just to make it a little bit easier for this presentation. So right now we have two signers that are required for this, party 1 and party 2. So yeah, once we check to make sure everything's set. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot to. Also right here, this field or this side panel right here is where you can drag and drop custom fields. So if you needed to put a signature field, you can actually just drag it, or initial field, radio buttons, date field, checkboxes, all that can just be dragged and dropped if it's not already a document that has those. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, so once your document's been all checked, once you are happy with the setup and everything, you can just go right here to send. All right, so here is where you could actually add other documents. So if you are sending documents, sending multiple documents to a person, so this might happen a lot in enrollment or admissions, where you have a list of documents that you need a person, like the same person, to sign. You can actually add multiple documents here. That actually only counts as one envelope if you add multiple documents to one's request. So an envelope is how we define these a single transaction, more or less. And a lot of people like to put as many documents as they can into one transaction just to save time and money, which is a great idea. It makes sure that all the things are signed immediately. You don't have to go through multiple transactions to do that. But yeah, so you could add more templates here if you need to, but we're just gonna go with one right here. So for assigned recipients, this is where we're actually going to assign who we're going to send the documents to. So we have a couple options here. One of them is authentication level. So we can decide how we want to authenticate this. We can do no authentication, which just means that if the person was able to open this link in their email, we're assuming that they're the signer. But we could add extra authentication. So we could have email, two-factor authentication, mobile authentication, phone, so phone call, SMS, knowledge base, anything, or user defined access code. So you create an access code, make sure that that's used kind of like a password. Other things you can do as well, you can enforce signing sequence. So if you need this kind of comes in for your workflows. If you have a specific sequence of signers, so you start with a student, and then it goes to the dean, and then eventually, whomever, whatever sequence you might need, you could apply the sequence right here. So right here is where we actually add the signers. So this first signer, as you can remember, was the student signer. But this document isn't just going out to one student, it's going out to many students, possibly. Many students might need to be filling out this document. So what I want to do is actually add a group here. So there's a little button right here that says add group. So I can see right here, I have this enrollment group right here. Let me show you. If I click right here, it'll immediately add that group here, but let me show you how these enrollment groups work first. So I'm going to go back here out to my settings. From settings, they have a lot of actually settings for the application, as well as for documents you might be sending out. So you can actually personalize your application based on your school colors, if you want to have it kind of look like a system that might be internal. You can also go through your address book. I'm actually gonna delete some of these just to give you. There we go. So you can easily edit and delete addresses. Add different fields for their mobile number for authentication, or add different emails and things like that for authentication. I'm going to delete those right now. So right here we have email groups. This is where we're actually going to create one of our email groups. We actually have it created right here, but we're going to add more people. So you can create email groups just by clicking this button and adding a name, adding a description, and then manually adding people. But the much more simple way to do that is actually through an Excel sheet. So right here you click upload your Excel. It gives you a sample document just to give you the idea of what the data needs to be structured as. But you could just upload the file if you already know the structure. So I could just click that, and then I have an email group Excel sheet right here. I can just click that and add it. All right, so as you can see, it actually added 4 people to our email group. So it gives you the names of the party, gives you the emails that they're using. And again, you can actually add extra information if you need to, just to let anyone know what the email group is for. But once we have that email group, we can actually go out to back to our templates. And that would be, I believe, this one. All right, perfect. Yeah, I'll just give you one more chance just to check your document, just to make sure these are legally backed documents. So I want to make sure that at every point of saving, you understand that you're still on a specific document. So yeah, again, just check the document. So here we can, again, we'll send a sequence because we're going to need the student to fill it out first, right? So we could add a group. Right here, we now see our 4 for our enrollment group, so we can click on that. Automatically adds that whole four names that we added to our email group, and they will be assigned signer 1 will be their fields that they need to fill out. So they'll get information on exactly what fields they need to sign out. You can add any signer can be signed here, so you can add anyone with an email address can be put here. You can also add yourself really easy. Just click add me if you're the person that needs to sign something. So I'm going to sign myself here. But anyone can be added there. Anyone with an email address can be internally, externally, it doesn't matter. So yeah, once you got your recipients all set up, and your sequence has been set, you can go next here. So this is actually something that only applies for sending out bulk email. So if you want to have certain fields, basically do a mail merge or a field merge, you can do that with an Excel sheet. So again, it gives you a template file. So this is actually it'll give you a template based off of the document you just created. So it'll have an Excel sheet with all the fields as set as columns. So you can actually set that data that you want to upload. So if you have another data set with these email recipients information that you want to apply to a Excel sheet, it'll actually save your signer a little bit of time, so they don't have to fill that information out. So I'm going to do that here. I'll just upload a file that we've created from before. So this just has some of their name information that we already have on them. Why make them fill out information we have, so we can save them some time and upload that there. And I'll show you how that affects the user experience. And here's where you can create your custom email. If you want to just go with the standard view these documents and then sign, that's easy. But you can also edit for individuals. So this is for the 2022 enrollment group. This is for students. You can enter the editor view and change what is actually being asked of them. You can give better description or give more information about what's needed, anything like that. From the settings section, actually, you can set up a template for this as well. So you don't have to change it on the fly every time you send something out. You can actually set the template the way you want it to be, and it'll appear that way every time. Or again, you can just go with our standard messaging, and it just does a brief description about how to sign. So once that's all set, you can actually just go to send now. So that will pop this screen up. This is this goes over all the bulk emails. It just takes 1 second to refresh here. There we go. Okay, so this goes over your bulk email and kind of gives you a little bit of a breakdown of who's the recipients, so recipient actions. So like if it's not even been opened, you can see that. If it's been shared but not executed, you can see that as well. So you can get a lot of information from here. But yeah, so I'll go back to this in just 1 second once we actually do some signing here. So let me go to one of the recipients here. All right, so this is one of the recipients that received an email request. So this is what their email is going to look like. I've already received a couple of these. Let me show you. There we go. So this is the standard email they'll get. It's just kind of simple. It tells you to review and sign. It tells you where it came from, so you can know that it's from your administrator, your teacher, or anything like that. You get an idea of this is a safe email address to follow. Yeah. So once you get that, all you have to do is click on View Document. This will open up this view for you. It'll also give you a little bit of information and give you instructions on how to sign and what's required of you. So all you have to do is click. I can actually get a little more information too if you'd like, but we don't need to do that. So yeah, so it gives you the fields that you need to sign. So include your name, include your last name. So this is actually that dependent field. So if you can put any information in there, this other field will pop up. You can put in your code. Yeah, so right now we only are required to sign this applicant field. So I could just, this is the only required one, so I just have to do that. So yeah, it gives you a couple options here as well. So you can just do different typed signatures if you'd like. You can also draw your signature if you have an ink pad, or if you want to upload an image of your signature, you can do that as well. So it gives you a lot of options, whatever you want to do. So yeah, you can just go click that. Yeah, it'll give you a little signer ID as well, to track signing. But yeah, it looks like that is the only signature I had. Oh, looks like I have to spell that. All right, so once all the required fields are fit, it'll also tell you to whether or not you understand and accept the signature. So of course that confirm. Yeah, so this will, oh yeah, sorry. This is normally would go back to a page telling you you've signed your document and everything. But it's because I was logged into a different eSign account that it gives you different it gives you different message there. But yeah, I can go actually back to my documents here, and it'll actually show me those. I have more documents that are waiting for my signature, so I can go to my waiting for signature area. And it'll show me anywhere there's been executed documents. So, one of them, one of them should have been executed. It's right here. So yeah, this one has been shared. Information's been input. So I can go to next required field. That's my field. Click apply that and finish. Finish. All right, perfect. So successfully finished that. So yeah, once it's been successfully signed, you'll get a complete breakdown of the history of the document, as well as a certificate of signing, so you can again store that for later, and make sure that if you ever again get any need for legal action, you have that for you. But yeah, so let's look at our bulks here. It should give you a little bit more information now. All right, so yeah, so this one is the one we had just done. Yeah, so it showed that these have been so this has been opened and shared. So yeah, once all these, not every document has to be shared before you can do this, but you can actually grab the data from these documents that have been shared and signed, and download them into an Excel sheet, and it'll give you the information that they've input there. So if you want to put it into a different system, or save it for processing or anything like that, it'll give you, there we go. It'll give you this document with all the information that was input into the fields. So there's my first name there, last name, or yes, no, last name, everything like that there. Yeah, so from here you can start processing the information, upload them to new systems, anything like that. Anything you might need to do to further process that information. So yeah, so that is the kind of easy step-by-step process for sending out bulk emails. But that process can even be long sometimes, and you want a even quicker way to gather signatures from students or teachers or anything like that. We actually have another option for creating online forms very, very quickly. So all you have to do is take one of your templates that you've created, check your box right here, and click create online form. So what this will do is actually help you build an online form, which will be accessible through your a URL browser. All you have to do is type in your URL to a browser, and it'll come up. So it'll give you a little bit of information, give you a little bit of options to put in some information, so you can set an expiration date. So if you don't want it to be up for forever, so you only want it to be up for a week. Max number of envelopes, so you can actually set how many users can actually fill this out. So since it will be open to the public, you might not want a lot of users being able to sign these documents. So you can set a max number of envelopes, and then readjust it just in case later on, for whatever reason, if the URL was to be leaked or something like that. I don't know who would do that, but so yeah, give you a couple other options, so you can double verify signer email. So when they input their email, you can actually verify it's them. You don't have to do that though. You can just accept whatever email they give you and accept that it's the actual email. But yeah, so you can set any of these pictures or any of these options, as well as setting a theme color. So if you want it to more match your specific school's theme, then you can set up a theme color. Maybe adds a little bit more legitimacy, adds a little bit more like kind of branding, I guess, behind there. But yeah, once you've had that all set up, there you go. Yeah, so you can set up authentication. So if you want to make sure your URL is secure, you can actually authenticate for it. So you can set up two-factor email, again, phone, all those types, or you can just set up no authentication if you're willing to just leave it open. And so here's where you would input the signer role. So signer could be student. The first one would be a student, and then the fixed recipient. So for this one, this is so since this is two signers for this online form. The first signer is going to be the student. That's the one who's going to see the form online, fill out their information. The second signer will receive that once the student has actually accessed that document, filled it out, and signed it. So that's how the sequence works. So I could actually set up that sequence. I'm number 2, student's number 1. And yeah, very similar to the way we did the template. So yeah, once we do that, we could actually set up the instructions for signing as well. So if you want to, include specific sign where you need to, include specific instructions for the signer. We also include a specific success message. So, if there's something they have to do after that, if they have to do something with that form they just filled out, if they have to send it somewhere, send it somewhere else, whatever, you can, input a success message there. And yeah, I'll also include your success URL, so you can actually redirect them to a different page. If you have to redirect to your internal resource manager or something like that, you can do that. You also a couple other options. Also draft also generate a draft URL for this form. So if you want to just have a draft URL for testing, you can do that as well. But yeah, once you have your messaging set, you just go to submit. All right, so it gives you a couple options actually. So this one is just a link for a web browser. So I could just input that there, and it'll, there we go, look at that. So here I as a student will be able to input my information. So Daniel Godfrey, input my email address. So there's no authentication. So if there was an authentication, I'd have to authenticate this my actual email address, but I didn't set that up, so we don't have to do that. But yeah, once I do that, I can click submit. All right, so now the form is open to anyone who has this link. All they have to do is input their information, and they could start signing the form. Just like before, it's the same exact template. It's just accessible directly through a link rather than having to send it out to the specific person. So it could save you a lot of time. A lot of people just have internal websites they might be able to post these in, to keep them from the public internet. Same system though. Just click confirm, and yeah, here's where your message would pop up. So if you had a specific redirect, it would show you this message, then redirect you to the next site. But yeah, so yeah, a lot of different customization, a lot of different options. It even includes an ability to embed your link into your website. So if you wanted to embed this this online form directly into your web page that you have. So instead of having a form where students can go and download and then re-upload and all, that process, you actually just have it embedded directly into a web page, and students can fill out the information and submit it from there. So yeah, saves a lot of time for requesting documents. I know it's a lot of the headache of onboarding, a lot of headache of every new school year, a lot of new documents to fill out. So this kind of gives you a lot of different options to collect that information and also put them into one place. So like these templates are and your emails that you're sending out and online forms are all going back into one place. So you don't have to keep track of different services, different systems. You can keep it in one central location, grab the data from that all together and process it together. Saves so much time in that regard. But yeah, so this is these are the best ways to collect information as education. I'm actually gonna go to some questions. Looks like we have some in the chat here. Oh, looks like yeah. So we've had our team's been working on some of the questions. But does anyone have any other questions on anything they've seen here? Any questions about your workflows that you use? Any interest in figuring out whether or not your documents will be able to be utilized and updated with eSign? Any
Right.
questions about that?
Probably a quick run through, just an overview about PDF editor. Since we have like one request about more of the PDF editor option.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so PDF editor. So our PDF editor, this is our PDF editor. It is fully integrated with eSign, so you can send eSign or request signatures through the PDF editor. And this also gives you an opportunity again to leverage some of our more advanced tools like our form field recognition tool. It actually runs through a document and allows you to or it helps you add form fields directly to the document. So you don't have, it saves a little bit of time when creating fields or creating forms. Did you have a specific question about editor, or are you just interested in how it's how it is integrated.
No, I think it was just more of like a quick demo.
Oh, quick demo. Okay, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Oh yeah, so I just right there, I just actually just demoed our form field recognition tool there. So this added all these form fields for you. So it saves you a lot of time in creating these documents. You can actually just click a button and it more or less builds the form for you. But yeah, so this is a fully fledged PDF editor. It includes complete conversion tools. So from converting from your main Microsoft suite. So Word, PowerPoint, Excel, all that, text documents, HTML, so web pages, images can all be converted to PDF documents very, very easily. We also have, full editing tools for editing text, editing objects and images, shapes. You can add shapes, you can, move shapes, things like that. Editing links, more advanced things like bookmarks, cross references. We actually, when you convert a Word document with bookmarks and links and cross references, those actually convert over to PDF as well. So it saves a lot of time in that as well. Full commenting tools for editing and reviewing. So if you're doing grading or you're doing reviewing for any reason you might be reviewing something. We have a full annotation tool, so adding text boxes, adding call boxes, strikeouts, things like that. We also have great protection tools like mark for redaction. So again, we're talking about a lot of private information. You might need to be redacting some of that information. You can do that with this tool, so you can search for it, or you can just drag and drop a square over a text and it'll disappear. We also have batch encryption and document password protection. So you can create passwords for your documents so that only you can access them or anyone with a password. You can also encrypt your documents in batches. So if you want to make sure they're fully encrypted and can't be accessed, or even if they are sent around, they can't actually be opened. So you can do that with full batches of documents. And again, the complete Foxit eSign integration, allows you to very quickly send documents for signature. Again, like I showed you, it takes maybe a couple of minutes for single documents to request for a signature. And yeah, we also have accessibility tools. So if you're trying to make your documents accessible, make sure they can be read by screen readers. We have that available as well. And yeah, and so this actually is all available in a bundle if you're interested in purchasing them all together. So you can get the PDF editor along with Foxit Sign, or just alone if you want to get the PDF editor or Foxit Sign, separate from each other. Those options are available. But yeah, so for just to give you a little pricing on this, our PDF editor standalone is right now $29.95 for a year subscription starting. We have volume discounts, so if you're getting a lot, it's going to come down. But our bundle is $99, right now? Yes, $99. $99, and that bundles with it our PDF editor. So our editor solution for all platforms, so Mac, Windows, mobile, online, and also gives you a license for our eSign solution. So the one license is 150 envelopes. So an envelope again is a transaction, more or less. You can have multiple signers, multiple documents in one envelope, but it's basically one request is an envelope. But yeah, so those licenses come with 150 signatures, and all that is included for $99. And then our enterprise, again, our enterprise level for actually, let me go back to my PowerPoint really quick. Our enterprise level is $1.60 per envelope. So this is for anyone purchasing more than 1,000 envelopes. You enter the enterprise pricing. So yeah, so you get it for $1,600 for 1,000. Yeah, so this kind of gives you an option to send out more documents. It's definitely a lot cheaper than a lot of the competitors in the market right now, and especially with how many tools and then how much customization is offered to you. But yeah, so hopefully that answered the question there.
All right. So one question. Is eSign included when you purchase the PDF editor software? Or the other way around? Let's
Yeah,
say,
sorry, yeah.
yeah.
Maybe went over that a little quick. So eSign is its own standalone thing. It's if you want to purchase it separate, you can totally purchase it separately. But we do have a bundle with our PDF editor. So if you're interested in getting the bundle alongside the eSign, so you get all of our editor things, that is possible. It's a $99 per license deal. And that actually brings down the price of the per envelope price down to about $1.50 technically. So yeah, so it's a pretty good deal. But yeah, you can absolutely purchase them separately as well.
Okay. So this already was changed, right? Our answer, like, is there any MS Teams integration? And yes, we do have also integration in MS Teams. And did we answer this already, Daniel? Is it possible for a non-licensed user to fill out a form or
Yes,
sign it and submit
absolutely.
it to me without me having to send it to them?
Sign it and submit it to you without you having to send it. Yeah, so a non-licensed user can fill out a form, right? So you build. Oh, sorry, let me go back to my thing. You build the document here in this portal. So kind of like that. The online form we did. That might be kind of what you're talking about, where it's a non-licensed user can actually grab that URL and just go to the URL and fill out that form, input their email, and then it'll send it to you. That's one way you could do it. But technically, anytime you send for signature, it could be to a non-licensed user. It's just anyone with an email you can send a document to. Is more or less how it works. Yeah, they don't have to be licensed or anything like that. It could be external. It could be just a one-off. One person just sending an email. Nothing more than that. Yeah, the only thing you need a license for is creating the request or the template.
Okay. So I think those are the only questions from our live audiences. Daniel, thank you so much once again for this comprehensive discussion about all of the capabilities of Foxit PDF Editor and also Foxit eSign. So this is pretty much a help for you guys to improve your document management. And if you guys wanted to have a thorough conversation with our Foxit team members, most especially with Daniel, our technical marketing engineer, we will have this discussion with you. A team member from our end will contact you directly so we can schedule that ahead. Thank you so much once again, everyone, for joining us today. Once again, this is your team Foxit. We are now signing off and ending our webinar event. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Have a great afternoon.